The NBA trade deadline is only 4 weeks away now. Only 4 weeks away. Yeah, that's right. This season has been flying by. It seems like we're almost 40. We're already 40 games in. What do I mean? It seems like we're already 40 games in. The Nuggets are on top of the league. The Celtics are on top of the East, man. It's been a good season so far, but some contenders can desperately use some role players or even stars to improve their team that much. Let's get straight into it. I'm giving you 4 trades of some big players that can help teams in big ways this trade deadline. Let's get straight into it. The first trade is a power forward from the Washington Wizards, Kyle Kuzma. Kyle Kuzma has had a really good season last year. Kuzma has really come out of his shell ever since having all that pressure in LA. And yeah, he's become a very exceptional player. He's a better player than Russell Westbrook, who they traded him for. So yeah, Kyle Kuzma is looking to get paid, so we're going to send him to an organization where he can get paid in the future, the Miami Heat. The Miami Heat have been in desperate need of a power forward since Chris Bosh has left their organization. Kyle Kuzma and Anthony Gill going to the Miami Heat for Duncan Robinson and a lottery-protected first. Now look, that package doesn't seem crazy, and yes, the Heat might have to add a couple more picks, but when it comes to star power, the Heat are all over it. By no means is Kuzma a runaway star, as in a star that will be a star for a long time, but I think he's a star for right now. He averaged like 20 and 10 last season. He's about on the same trajectory right now. He's been playing really good for the Wizards, but the Wizards need a direction, and I think their direction should be trading Kyle Kuzma and Kristaps Porzingis, although I think Kristaps Porzingis is untradeable for the time being. We'll get into that later. The next player that is going to be on the move is for a team that desperately needs to hit the reset button, and this is the Toronto Raptors. Fred VanVleet to the New Orleans Pelicans for Devontae Graham, Jackson Hayes, Kira Lewis, and a 2023 first-round pick. Now, to me, I don't think Fred VanVleet's value is at the highest that it ever was. His shooting is not too good this season. It's fine, but it's not too good. So I think that's why they only get 1 first here and a couple of young players. To me, Fred VanVleet can change the Pelicans for the better. They need a little bit more backcourt defense from their starting point guard. And even though their starting point guard at times is CJ McCollum ain't playing shit for defense. But imagine having a roster that is Fred VanVleet, CJ McCollum, Brandon Ingram, Zion Williamson, and Jonas Valanciunas. That's one hell of a starting 5 that can compete with almost anybody in the West, just depending on how far Zion can take this team. Anyway, Fred VanVleet can give the Pelicans another scorer and another defender, something that they can definitely use, although being the 3 seed. The next trade is of another Toronto Raptor, Gary Trent Jr. Gary Trent Jr. has had a very weird season this season. By no means is he as good as he's been in past years, but he's had some clutch moments to say the least. Gary Trent Jr. is a scoring guard that can play defense at times, maybe not the best defender, but I'm pretty sure he's well renowned as a solid defender. Solid defender, good shooter, sparky, but hey, he might give you 35 in a playoff series. Who knows? So I have him going to the Dallas Mavericks, who need another scorer since the beginning of time. Gary Trent Jr. to the Dallas Mavericks for Davis Bertans, their 2025 first-round pick and their 2027 second-round pick. To me, Gary Trent Jr.'s value has plummeted as well. Hasn't been as good of a shooter, and that was most of his value in the past. With the Portland Trailblazers, the reason why he was so loved was because he could shoot the ball. In fact, he was so loved so much that the Raptors even took him for Norman Powell as a trade, and they were like, you know what, we'll take that, because they thought that Gary Trent Jr. could really become something great. He's been pretty good, do not get me wrong, but he has a lot to be desired. Gary Trent Jr. to the Dallas Mavericks. The fourth trade is Mo Bamba. Mo Bamba is on a Magic team that they have a direction, but they kind of already have big men. Okay, let's keep it like that. Big men as in just tall guys. You have Franz Wagner, Paolo Banchero. I forgot their other center that's been playing a lot. They have Jonathan Isaac that's going to come back from injury. Who knows when, but he exists, so we got to count him. So yeah, Mo Bamba has been benched multiple times. I think he just needs to change his scenery. I think he's a very talented player. Not talented in the fact that he can ever be a starting level player, but I think a very high quality role player off the bench is where his career is going to be at for the rest of his career. So yeah, I have him going to the Phoenix Suns for Jay Crowder, a lottery protected first, and a second-round pick. Now, what the Magic really want is just picks. They've been in a rebuild for a long time, and they're going to stay there until Franz Wagner turns into LeBron James. Yeah, they might be there for eternity. But thank you guys for watching the video. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe, turn on post notifications. And yeah, I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.
Hey, come on, I got a bag on me. You try to take it, leave you stinking like your last homie. She kinda cakey, little baby, put that ass on me. But I ain't that horny, do you got some cash for me? Why every time you ask him that, bitches act funny. And you keep trying to hold the strap, you won't slap for me. You too happy, I can tell you never had money. Every time you get on live, gotta flash money.